2018, I had a dental procedure, and it was the first filling I'd ever had in my adult life. The day after, I started to swell, and I thought it would go away. And it really didn't go away. And so like my whole face was very swollen. It was hard to talk, and it was quite sore. So I went for extensive allergy testing. Once I had extensive allergy testing and everything came back negative, everybody took a much bigger interest in what was going on. And I myself am a nurse. I work in a small rural hospital, so I've seen lots of allergic reactions come into our hospital, and it didn't look the same, and it didn't react to treatment. I just didn't understand what was happening, and I was very frustrated, I'd say depressed, anxious. At times I felt stupid. And I also, when I was having the attacks, you feel disfigured, you're embarrassed, you don't want to go anywhere, and you're trying to hide. One of our anesthetists took a special interest and said to me that I needed some lab work. And then once that happened, then it kind of expedited me to the right physician, and I was able to eventually get treatment. Once I tried treatment, it worked. So I would say from the beginning of symptoms that I remember, it would have been 20 years. The emotional impact of not being able to anticipate the attacks is actually frightening. And the big thing with HAE that I have found that has helped me is to treat early. So at the first inkling that I'm having an attack, if I treat, I don't have any kind of swelling. I always have it in the back of my mind whether I will be having an attack. I've learned that self-care is very important. One of my triggers for HAE attacks is stress. I need to have a good sleep schedule. I can't get too far off or I will have an attack. So now that I know what's going on and I have control of that, I feel like I'm empowered to be able to do pretty much whatever I want. The other part of that, though, is just the fact that it's a hereditary disease. So advocating for better treatments is very important to me, because that will, along the line, hopefully make better treatment for my family, my grandkids, or anybody else. And in Canada, each province usually has only a few physicians. So advocating for education for our physicians and getting them on board is super important. And people, physicians, nurses, medical professionals everywhere will understand what the disorder is. That is life-changing for us. As far as letting people know what it's like living with HAE, I find it very complicated to explain to them what the disorder is, just because it's quite rare. The biggest thing for me was finding other people that had HAE. My hope with the future of HAE is it's a recognized disorder, that people will come into the ER and get proper treatment and it will be diagnosed.